Flew out there a little bit earlier, found winds of 85 miles per hour with this system, and now it's blowing up. It is gaining strength, and it's also done some other things today that are not, frankly, good for our area. It has had some changes, and you'll see that here. This is the current numbers. Actually, now up to 90 mile per hour winds, the latest advisory, so they just upped that even more here. This got an 11:30 advisory there. And check this out. You see the symbol there, the icon. See how it kind of squirrels around? The storm hasn't moved like that. What has happened is that earlier this morning, its center of circulation sort of fell apart. Then it reformed about 25 miles to the north and the east. And the reason why that is critical, because when we said about the final trajectory of the storm, that gets it about 25 miles closer to us than what was anticipated, say, yesterday. So we're looking at seeing some of the core impacts from Hurricane Sally as it makes its way on in. So we are now under a hurricane warning for both Mobile and Baldwin counties, a tropical storm warning for the counties over into Florida. We have raised the storm surge issues here 4 to 6 feet. There's going to be parts of Mobile Bay. This will be the highest water we've seen since Katrina. Okay, it's been 15 years. Highest water since Katrina. We don't think it'll be as high as Katrina, but it'll be the highest water since Katrina. So we're going to be looking at a lot of vulnerable areas getting water in them, even over into the Panhandle. 2 to 4 feet will also cause some issues over there. So the significant surge issues are going to be on the board with this system. Now here it is. There's the center right through here. It's almost due south of Pensacola right now, really wrapping itself around, becoming much better organized this afternoon. And there's a little bit of shooting off the top of this, giving us a few showers passing on by. But this is just sort of the opening moments of the system. The rain will be picking up a lot in the coming hours, and the next 2 days we'll be seeing a lot of out of this. All right, so what's going to happen from here? That's always the big question, right? Well, right here is where the storm is at. And what we're looking at right through here is a lot of wind coming in out of the west. And what that's doing is pushing on it, slowing it down. This thing's going to slow down to walking speed and then eventually get kicked off to the north by this big ridge of high pressure. And that's why it's coming closer to us. And all the models are beginning to pick this out. They've picked it out yesterday that we are looking at a more eastward progression, but even more so now, because I want you to look at the model, see where they begin. All these ones down here are all wrong. You can just scrap them. The ones that are going to the west, they're all wrong because they're starting in the wrong spot. These ones are all starting at about the right spot, and you can see where they bring it, between about Biloxi and Mobile Bay. So that puts us right in the core of this thing. One way or the other, we're getting a lot out of this system as it makes its turn. What does the National Hurricane Center have for now? Well, they still have the center going over somewhere towards Bay St. Louis, but it's very possible we could see this thing riding along the east side of this cone, and that's why the cone is there. I know we all want to focus on the center part of the cone, but there's a width here, and there's a reason why. There's uncertainty, especially with a slow-moving system. These are the hardest ones to deal with. They lose their steering. They go at walking speed. 3 miles per hour is about how slow this thing eventually is going to get. So any little thing going on in the atmosphere will nudge it around like a marble on a table. And that's why it's very difficult to get exactly where it's going to be. The right-hand side right now is what the models are mostly thinking. And looking at the radar trends, yeah, that's probably what we're looking at. So core intensities here most likely in parts of our viewing area, particularly the western parts of our viewing area, Mobile County, Greene County, George County, Jackson County down in Mississippi as well. All right, so let's look at one of the models here. This is the NAM models, high resolution, so I wanted to bring this one into play. Here's 6 o'clock this evening. Let's go into midnight, seeing those rain bands, heavy rain bands along the coastline. So the coastal areas will start getting the rain tonight and won't stop for a long time. Here's tomorrow morning. So think about how slow this is. It's 12:30 on Monday right now. This is tomorrow at 7. It's still out there offshore. So we're just going to be waiting and waiting on this thing. And then finally the bands start coming in. They just don't stop. So here it comes, 7 in the morning. Look at these heavy bands around Dauphin Island. This is, once again, that core impact hitting parts of our area. Mobile County, heavy rain. This is noon on Tuesday. This model wants to bring it in around Biloxi, okay? Keep in mind, this is one run of one model. Don't look too far into that. Just be aware that one way or the other, we're getting a lot out of this system. A lot of the big impacts as this thing rotates around. Tuesday at 6, I mean, look at this. That's a lot of heavy rain. That is a lot of heavy wind. That continues on till Tuesday at 9 p.m. We're in the thick of it. Wednesday at 1 in the morning, we are in the thick of it. Wednesday in the morning, finally pulling off. So even early on Wednesday, we're likely to still have some good amounts of rain around, and then things will improve as the day goes along on Wednesday. So what are the estimates here? They are not good. I mean, we're looking at best 6 to 8 inches, some of our inland areas. 8 to 15 inches is really possible along I-10 in the Mobile and Baldwin County. Then you go down the southern parts of the counties. Folks, we could see 24 inches in spots. Not everywhere. That wouldn't be widespread, but there's going to be some serious road issues, some serious flooding issues, freshwater flooding on top of the storm surge issues. Once again, I mean, we got to think about the fact that we're likely to see rain for a day and a half that's pretty solid rain bands coming on through. Wind gusts so far, we're already starting to see some gusts out here, over 30 miles per hour. And that's not tropical storm strength yet, but it's getting up there. Let's go offshore. This is current. Look at the gust out here. This is the Orange Beach buoy, 45 miles per hour. It's about 15 miles offshore. Waves already now about 12 feet. So winds are constant, northeast at 36, 3 miles an hour away from being tropical storm strength right now off of Orange Beach. It's still Monday. We've got all day Tuesday to go through as well, and parts of Wednesday as well before we get through with this system. So we're under a hurricane warning. That's the top thing you need to know right now. Slow moving, tons of rain. That is going to be the top line issue. But since we're likely to see some of these core issues as well, this is a landfalling likely as a Category 2 storm. There's going to be surge issues with 4 to 6 feet across Mobile Bay. There's going to be tornado issues. We're going to see some spin-up tornadoes most likely. That happens on the right-hand side of a landfalling tropical system. And certainly we're going to see some wind issues, especially in coastal areas. Dauphin Island, Bayou La Batre, going to see some serious wind issues as well. So we have a lot happening here with Sally. Get ready. You've only got a couple more hours till things start to pick up. This is the time. This is the last moments to do so. Of course, here at Fox 10 News, we're going to take you through the whole thing. Myself, Chief Meteorologist Jason Smith, here all night with you. We'll be updating on the half hour, and as things progress, likely doing more than that. So just stay tuned to Fox 10 News. We'll bring you all the latest on Hurricane Sally.